Hey everybody, it's Tomebinder and welcome back to another Ancient Warfare 3 tutorial. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make units respawn after dying, in case you want to do some sort of arcade style map where no unit actually truly dies. I'm going to be using ERF units because they're just the classic unit I've decided to use for examples with unit related scripting. The concept behind this script is actually extremely simple, so I'm just going to do the simple version now, and you can choose to make it more complicated if you want. But if you just want a basic respawning system, I'll show you how to do that at this exact moment. For starters, we'll just get one unit here, and he'll be fighting one corrupted imp. We're going to set a respawn zone for both of these guys. First of all, let's say blue team respawns. And red team respawns. Alright. Quite simply, on death global, we need to get to make sure that the unit first of all, we have to get the unit type, sorry. Get type. First thing we do is get the type of the unit that's been damaged, death. The unit that's died. Oh boy. I can speak. You have to make sure that the unit that's died is blue, and if it is, something needs to happen. However, looking back at it, we actually need to erase this. We're going to try again. So now when the battle starts, we're going to get the custom data of this ERF soldier. This will allow us to respawn in just a second. The game will hang on to this as a reference and we can use it at any time. So if any blue unit dies, we'll assume that all blue units are these type of ERF soldiers for this example. If that's the case, we need to get the custom unit data of the unit that died, and then we need to compare it to this custom data we've saved earlier. And if these two things are identical, that means we will create a new ERF soldier at the spawn zone using that exact same custom data. Unit type will be blue. We can just even reuse that, but just to make it a little easier for you to watch, for you to see here, we're gonna create a new node. Unit type will be blue. Float 3, and the float 3 here is going to be very important. This will be where all the respawns happen, where new units will appear. Rotation will simply be 0. Behavior we'll want to have on default. Whoops. Behavior. Range multiplier 0. And float will give it a nice 40 for the skill. Alright. Now we'll see if it works. To make sure that the unit ends up dying, we'll place in a few more corrupted imps. Surely he can't win in that big of a fight. We're using a city template created by someone called Please Don't Kill Me. It's free to use, so I just decided to save time. I'll use a template that's already on the workshop, and it looks pretty nice, so we're going to take a look at this in a little more detail if we ever decide to create a big city battle. But for now, it'll just serve as a nice backdrop for our script. Alright, we'll hit play now. Make sure that game mode is on none. And let's see if our respawn works. And you can see he's respawned right there. Now what this will do is it will allow for any ERF soldier who dies to respawn right at that position. So obviously in the end, the ERF soldiers will eventually kill the attackers. So we'll see how this looks in a large battle, and duplicate the script for the red team. setting a new respawn point. You can obviously tell that this is much better for performance than placing down hundreds of units on either side, so it's something you should strongly consider if you want to make an epic battle. Now let's say you have an army consisting of multiple different types of units. Well, this is a fairly easy problem to resolve. You will have a rifleman, a officer, and a rifleman with a mask on. These are 3 different variations of the units. Really, the most important thing we need to do is make sure we get the custom data of all the types of units on the field. Because if we can do that, no problem. Anything related to respawns will work, as long as you have the custom data of everything. So now if any unit dies, it's simply a matter of getting an array, and in fact, we can make this much easier for ourselves. We will make this into an array too. When the battle starts, custom unit, or just unit perhaps. Unit. Just making sure there wasn't an easier way to do this. There's not. Get the 3 spots in for the unit array. Pop in the 3 variations we're going to be using. Quickly do a for each. Attach it to this array. Then we just need to get the custom data of each unit. Now, whenever a unit dies, we're going to do that exact same script. Hold on, yeah, we're going to do that exact same script, I think. We actually do have to copy and paste it, unfortunately, so it's not all together. I mean, it's good in that it'll get you learning how to use arrays if you haven't learned already. So you can do it this way or the way that I showed earlier. Really, it's not going to make too much difference. So when a unit dies, we're just going to get the units again and check to see if anything in this array equals the unit that died. And if they equal each other, we simply need to spawn a custom unit at the respawn point. So we'll just attach this right here. Unit type will be blue, because if it's an ERF unit, it'll be blue anyway. Respawn point, right back there. Float, 0. So now this should allow us for all 3 types to respawn properly. You'll just have to expand the array if you want to make a bigger army. But other than that, it shouldn't take too much modifying of the script. Let's check it out. We'll see if the respawn works. Yes, it seems to be working quite well. Very nice. So really all you have to do is adapt that array script with any units that you need. And you can fit it to your needs. And this will be very useful if you want to make a scripted conquest map, which is something that I've been mulling over for a long time. So that's a simple way to make units respawn when they die in Ancient Warfare 3. There are more complicated ways to do it, and I could get into them if people want to. But I thought this would be good if you don't want to have large amounts of units pre-placed down. And I know I talk a lot about ways to make battles feel epic without having a ton of pre-placed units, and I think that's one way to do it. So now everybody, I'm going to make a really simple script on how to create kill counts. This was something that was requested in the comments section of one of my more recent videos, so I want to include it in this video and wrap it all up with some kill count information. So I'm going to be doing it in two different ways, and you can decide how you would like to do it. I'm going to do it in a way where you can press a button to see how many enemies you've killed, and a way where it shows you your kills when you die. So first thing you want to do is obviously go into the global scripts. So because I don't want to show my global scripts, I'm going to contain it inside of a crate. But normally you'd probably want to do it in global scripts just for convenience sake. But I'm just going to go over here, add it to the crate, and we'll say kill count button. Now the button we'll use for the kill count is just going to be, it doesn't really matter, let's say K. So when you get the key pressed for K, something's going to happen. And we can make this as fancy as we want or as non-fancy as we want. We can even just have it be a quick info. But before we can create this message, first we need to create a script that will add to the number of your kills every time you kill a unit. So we're going to make a new integer variable called kills. And on death global, so this will be just whenever something dies, we have to see who it's from. And if it's from me, then it will be added to that variable. So I'm going to create a simple comparison right here, comparing the unit it's from with the player. And if those two units are the same, we will get the number of kills and add 1 to it. So very simply, add, and then we'll get an int of 1 here, and then this result, we will set the kill number to this result. There we go. And that is pretty much all we need to do. Now we just have to create this message, and we'll get the very simple version. You'll get kills, and it should be an int to string. And this is the simplest possible iteration of a kill count script. I'll show you exactly how it looks like when it's run. So it's all done, and I'll show this in action. Alright, so I've taken it. There goes another one. Now I'm going to press K, and you can see 2 kills. Very simply, this will allow me to... Now I'm up to 4. We can refine this a little bit. I'm going to do that now, so that it will notify me whenever my kill count goes up, too. So, for instance, if I'm just killing a bunch of units and I can't afford to stop firing and press K, I will just set it to automatically tell me when my kill count goes up. Alright, we're going to add to this here very, very simply. When the kill count goes up, we'll just attach this down here, and it'll run the same script that it would otherwise have run when I pressed K. Very simple addition there. So why don't we make this a little bit more of a complicated message, a little fancier looking. Let's get a info node. And we're going to concat. I've done this kind of thing before, so I'll just quickly run through it. We're just going to concat a color red with the number of kills. Then we're going to concat that with a string that says that's the number of enemies killed. Now we'll see how this all looks. now with just a simple addition, we'll have it play when we die. We can actually copy and paste this to say when the unit that dies is the player. Run that script again. And you can do all sorts of things with the concat to make the message more fancy, but for the purposes of this script, I think you understand how a kill count works. You actually can, connect it to any unit, not just the player, but since, the player is the one who's going to be seeing the info, I think it makes the most sense to most people, and that'll be how it's used most of the time. So there you go, that's how you add a kill count into your maps. Well, everybody, there's a couple of arcade mechanics for you to take a look at and possibly consider adding to some of your maps if you want to have a more kind of casual, arcadey feel to them. I'm going to be making some new videos here in these coming few days, so be on the lookout for more Tomebinder content. I'm going to do a little more Valley. I have a video about the upcoming Ancient Warfare 3 update, which I think would be kind of cool. Just talking about some features that are going to be coming to the game soon. Anyway, that's it, everybody. If you want to support this kind of tutorial or just any videos I make, you can do that by leaving a like and subscribing, or you can follow my Steam workshop. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.